In the distant future, Earth's population are threatened by a scientist and his army. The Resistance, led by Ki, must battle Dr. Genos and his minions with dark energy. Berserk Boy, a new hero, must perfect speed and elegance to combat evil. Players can enhance their talents and become an unstoppable force. The game is set in New Hope City, where hidden objectives await discovery. Players must move through stages, performing agile movements and collecting prizes. Berserk Boy combines old gameplay with modern platforming action, taking inspiration from gaming classics. Monster Sanctuary is a Metroidvania-style game in which players traverse vast territories and summon monsters to help them in battle. Players may hatch, grow, and train monsters from 111 distinct species, each having its own set of powers and skill trees. The game contains strategic combat in which players must order assaults for optimal efficiency and take advantage of monster synergies. Players may engage in epic fights against friends and adversaries all across the world in PvP engagements. For further replayability, the current version includes selectable randomizer, bravery, and permadeath game modes. Dead Cells is an action-packed 2D action platformer game in which players travel an island using slick controls, quick combat, and a distinct gaming feel. With each death, the island evolves, yielding materials that enable permanent upgrades, increasing strength, providing access to more weapons or equipment, and revealing new regions and ways to explore. As players progress deeper inside the island, they learn about its lore and the story of its contamination by a horrific virus. The game has over 130 different combinations, ranging from lethal to ludicrous, to fit everyone's tastes.
It must have melted.
Finn and Jake are charged with discovering the strange submerged land, where they must explore the enormous ocean, look for secret clues, question suspicious people, and fight pirates to save their wet world. Immerse yourself in the submerged land, discovering its delights, hidden mysteries, and riches while playing as popular characters like as Finn, Jake, BMO, and Marceline. To understand the riddle, navigate the vast seas, passing through many countries and uncharted places, improve their talents, and unleash their unique powers in fast-paced tactical warfare. Zoids Wild Blast Unleashed is an exciting game that mixes mecha power and raw instinct. The game has gorgeous visuals and an easy-to-use 3D combat engine that allows for flawless combo chaining. To defeat adversaries, players must select a champion to build the strongest connection between humans and Zoids and unleash the secret power of Wild Blast. With a broad range of characters, Zoids, and game types, players can settle rivalries, push their limits in mission mode and battle tactics mode, and hone their skills in practice mode. Yars Recharged combines aspects of arcade action, adventure, and shoot-'em-up, interrupted by periods of bullet hell. Players must penetrate complicated opponent defenses while always mindful of potential dangers. In arcade mode, there are 30 strong foes to defeat, and each has just one life. Mission mode has 30 different bosses with a worldwide leaderboard, and players must face them directly or use minor cores to get to the main monster. When destroyed, power-ups are released, and Yars Recharged allows for local co-op action in both arcade and mission modes. The Karate Kid Street Rumble is an exciting pixel art, side-scrolling beat-'em-up adventure game. You can relive the thrills of the first 3 legendary The Karate Kid movie from the 1980s. Immerse yourself in a brilliantly designed pixel art environment, addressing legendary moments with spectacular 16-bit realism. The game boasts a classic storyline, compelling battle systems, big boss fights, and 12 stages inspired by the original trilogy. Enjoy the vintage chiptune soundtrack and join forces with pals for an amazing battle experience. Fans of the oldies should not miss out on this game. Greak Memories of Azur is a single-player side-scrolling game in which players guide 3 siblings, Greak, Adara, and Raidel, through the beautiful realms of Azur. The game includes combining Greak, Raydell, and Adara to piece together an airship to escape the Urlag assault. Hand-drawn animations, specifically constructed puzzles, and a unique gameplay style in which players rotate between characters and use their distinct powers to explore Azur's enchanted realms are all included in the game. As an architect and developer, your job is to create famous buildings that will be a sight to see. These sophisticated constructions are not only steel and glass, but complicated ecosystems that house a large number of people. Your role is to guarantee that the tower runs smoothly and effectively. You may build business towers, residential buildings, and hotel constructions, as well as conference centers and music halls to hold large events. You may even design shopping malls and open sandboxes to build your own skyscraper. Cyber Protocol is a cyberpunk-themed arcade puzzle game in which players mimic the main hero in order to resurrect his android comrade by activating the protocol. The game has 100 levels with various obstacles and traps, and it welcomes up to 4 people to join in on the fun. For an added rush, players may attack the system in arcade mode with limited lives, aiming to achieve the top 20 worldwide cyber hacking rankings. Swords of Bones is a game inspired by classics from the 1980s and 1990s, delivering a traditional experience in which players go back in time fighting monsters, avoiding traps, and collecting power-ups and prizes. The game has 16-bit visuals that are evocative of classic genre treasures, as well as ambient chiptune music that contributes to the somber ambiance. The game has over 50 levels, 16-bit style graphics, collectible power-ups, fantastic bosses to vanquish, dramatic chiptune music, and 2 endings to explore. Toki, a strong warrior, once spent time in the bush with his lover Miho. However, voodoo sorcerer Vokimedlo and demon Bashtar kidnapped Miho and turned Toki into a chimpanzee. 3 decades later, Toki begins on an adventure to save Miho from the evil creatures of the labyrinth: Neptune Lake, Cave of Fire, Ice Palace, Jungle of Darkness, and Golden Palace. Toki can walk, leap, swim, climb, and even spit. The game is evocative of the golden age of video games, with the option to insert coin to get high scores. The game also includes a new, more accessible option for inexperienced players.
I'm Charles Reed, private detective.
The Sinking Metropolis is an immersive adventure game set in the half-submerged metropolis of Oakmont. As a private detective, you must discover the truth behind the city's possession and the damaged minds of its residents. The game has an open investigation system with a high replay value that allows players to approach cases in a variety of ways. You must combat horrific monsters while also managing your character's mental health, using an array of 1920s weaponry. As you unravel the mysteries under Oakmont's surface and confront the unfathomable horrors that lie, the game is loaded with mystery, horror, and suspense.
Brothers, bound by eternal purpose.
You're a brilliant mechanic, sets out on a journey to save a planet on the verge of collapse. She navigates rich environmental puzzles and platform gaming with the Omni Switch. The island's giant inhabited robots remain dormant under the surface. Mo's aim is to restore these devices, but she begins to wonder if this is the correct route for her. Megan Gay wonderfully narrates the narrative, and the game transports players to a visually breathtaking, created world filled with interesting characters and monsters.
And how you're...
Neil Conrad, a CDI agent, is confronted with a murder case that will permanently alter his life and the solar system. The plot follows him as he conducts investigations and gathers evidence until the truth is exposed. There are no consequences for your choices in the tale. The protagonist must choose between protecting their family, endangering a loved one, and maintaining peace. Lacuna is a point-and-click adventure game with non-repeating dialogue, engrossing riddles, optional outlines, genuine choices, and numerous endings. Orbital Bullet is an action platformer with roguelite elements that features a circular pattern of projectiles crossing randomized planets. To fight across many procedural worlds, players can employ physical changes crafts, upgrades, and heavy weaponry. The game has a life or death advancement system that allows players to spend nanobytes on permanent upgrades and talents. Players can also start with new and powerful weaponry. Orbital Bullet features over 42 distinct firearms, weapon upgrades, and power-enhancing bonuses for endless frenetic replayability.
North Africa campaign. But what next?
This game provides a strategic third-person combat experience, with players able to tailor their campaigns to their interests. Players take spectacular long-range shots with sophisticated X-ray deathcam animations, observing their bullets' terrible impact on opponent bodies. The game also includes local and online multiplayer modes, where players may join up to defeat opposing forces or engage in deadly sniper duels. HD rumble feedback improves the haptic experience, while gyroscopic controls provide precision targeting and speedy target acquisition. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked any one of these games, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hope to see you on the next one. And stay awesome!
Look,